of chill in the air, and temps supposed to drop about 10 more degrees, but otherwise a great night for football here at Uptown Charlotte at Bank of America Stadium. Tonight, we've got the crew set for what should be a real treat, a great Monday night matchup between the New England Patriots and the Carolina Panthers. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Panther ball club as they enter play here. It's late in the year. We all know it. We've seen the calendar for these guys. Their bodies could probably use a break, but they have to push on.
And they're really not as worried about that as maybe we think. They know they've got the entire offseason to rest. All they care about is the game in front of them and finishing strong. On the other side of the field for the visiting Patriots, they come into this one knowing it's been a while since tasting victory. They've dropped 4 in a row. Can they remember what it was like to win a game? In these types of situations, you're looking for someone to inspire you, and it doesn't have to be one of your best players either.
Season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. Fielded just outside the goal line. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. So now the Patriots getting set to take over on offense. Commanding the offense will be the highly touted USC product, Sam Darnold.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, and that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe leans on a few other parts of the offense, and hopefully springs a receiver or two free.
Darnold going to throw right away. He'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. Looking to throw again on second down. Darnold. And it's out. He put it on the carpet. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line. And without a doubt, not the way they pictured that opening drive unfolding.
No, they were making progress. They weren't exactly in high gear, but they were making a few yards along the way. And now that they've coughed it up, you got to go back to the sidelines and regroup a little bit.
So now here are the Panthers with excellent field position to start off. And here's a look at their leader, standing 6'4".
And he just continues to throw touchdown pass after touchdown pass, leading the league here down the final stretch of the year. Guys will say that the numbers and rankings, they don't matter to him very much. But I don't know how much I actually believe that. Sure, he's team first, but I think everyone would like to see him finish number 1, including himself.
Following the fumble recovery, Bonds, he finds Bateman over the middle. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. Looking to throw on second down. Bonds. That is caught. Rashad Bateman. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover. And they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
1st and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points. Back to throw. Bonds. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Pete Werner. And the Pats are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line.
Well, Brandon, as they say in popular culture, this one's going to leave a mark because they can see the end zone, but it'll stay out of reach because of their error. All their offensive teammates have to give the quarterback right now, offer a little bit of encouragement because what's done is done. Let's get them next time out.
So back onto the field come the Pats for their second drive. They got the ball now following a big play, keeping the other guys out of the end zone. Now they'll start deep in their own territory, 1st and 10. They'll They'll start on the ground with Pierce. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Darnold. Wide open receiver, complete. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
And time to give some credit to the big fellows, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes, because you've got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time, be able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now Darnold. Over the middle, hauled in by Smith-Schuster. Now this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. The first carry for the Memphis man, Antonio Gibson. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Darnold will throw it on 3rd and 1. And he's got the hook up to Landry. And he will have a Patriots first down by a couple of yards as they're able to get 4 there on 3rd and 2. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. On 2nd down, here's Gibson again. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3. From the 50, it's Darnold. And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up.
Yeah, it's still early in the game. No sense taking a chance on 3rd down and forcing one into traffic. So I like the wise play he made there. Get it to the sideline out of bounds where no one's going to have a chance at it.
He'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. The Carolina offense making their way out. We take a look at the playoff picture in the NFC. And for them, it's no longer a question of will they make the playoffs. They've clinched the division title. The question, can they hold on to that number 1 seed?
And this is where the mental fortitude comes to play, doesn't it? Because now you're not just the coach talking about it, his team talking about it to each other, supporting each other, carrying each other along, because having that touchdown, Carolina, Jamar Chase.
Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, 2nd year in the NFL. But I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes, because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that. So he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the 2nd-year quarterback.
Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. Well, the offense wasn't out there for a long time, but they were out there for a good time. One play, and they're able to hit pay dirt. The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. You know, in our research packet this week, prepping for the game, so many articles from the local beat writer about the offensive struggles of this team and what will they do this offseason. What do you think they'll do?
Well, number one, they'll turn to their self-scouting report. And every team that's any good does this. They have outside groups, check out their team, scout them, and tell you who can play, who can't play, and reasons why. Some of it may just be health. They have to get some guys healthy and back out on the field. But overall, evaluate this squad and make the changes that you need to.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. They'll fake the handoff. Now Darnold. That one thrown away from the pocket. Officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass. On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Now fair catch is called for and taken at the, we'll call it the 37-yard line. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And it will be the Panthers' ball, 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And that one goes for about 6 as he's taken down just shy of the 45. The numbers for him from a week ago, 22 carries, 60 yards.
Well, we know they've clinched a playoff spot, but there's plenty of football left to play. And I'm a proponent of continuing to do what you've done throughout the season, especially with teams that are heavy run teams. Because if you throttle back too early, you lose the rhythm of the run game, not just with the runner, but with the offensive line as well.
70th catch for him on the year. Like so many others, this goes for a 1st down.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. And now a pause. It looks like we have a Patriot injured on the play. And not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And he goes down. It's a Patriot sack. They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down. Tell you what, he did not have much time there to scan the field before he was ducking and covering.
Did it appear to you, as it did to me, that the defensive front won their play really quickly? Meaning the guys in front of them had almost no chance to block them. They were on him in a hurry.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And good hustle here as this is going to be blown dead right at the 9-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. Play action. It's Darnold. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. On 2nd down, here's Pierce. Had a decent move, but brought down quickly just outside of the 5-yard line. We need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. And now some motion before the snap. And this will be our first penalty of the night's proceedings. Orlando Brown, the former Raven, the guilty party. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now. 3rd and long. Going for it with Pierce. And a short gain here as he gets it up, only to about the 6. This defense not budging. Back-to-back carries of just 2 yards. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
And a fair catch called for and taken right on the midfield stripe. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And the Panthers will take over in terrific field position. Throwing on first down. Bonds. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there. And it's second down. Off play action. Bonds. He's got a man. Complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. A big pickup of 38.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. 10 more there and another first down.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago, followed it up with another nice one here, and before you know it, they're already looking at 1st and goal.
They'll look to throw again. He's got it for a Panther touchdown. Gabriel Davis with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Panthers are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now 14-0. The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. The Pats at the line ready to go. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. $14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Patriots in control of the football as they've got it with a 2nd and 13 forthcoming. Gibson again. And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 9. That's out to the flat for Gibson. And he'll get this to the 23, but that'll be well short of what he needed. 5 yards, not enough, and it'll be 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there, and they rallied and made the tackle.
The Patriots send out their punter as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. Jamar Chase hoping to be at center stage yet again as the offense returns to the field. He's up over 100 yards, has the touchdown. He's a big-time receiver in this league, so the question becomes, how do you limit him going forward?
Well, you know the guys trying to cover him, they haven't had a whole lot of success thus far, and while they will still accept the challenge, maybe you have to change your focus. You have to get after the quarterback a little bit, disrupt his timing. Because right now it feels like pitch and catch. Make sure he's not able to have clear sight lines to him, and maybe that'll slow him down.
Well, this is not the guy you want to play pitch and catch.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. Second down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And a quick throw here that's complete. That one a first down pickup of 8. The Panthers at 13-1 now on the year. And I tell you, it has been a few months now since they've tasted defeat, and they are without question the hottest team in football.
And I'm really not sure who's going to beat them right now because, to me, they have to be the favorites to go all the way because they're not just beating teams, they're dominating them. It's been fun to watch them play, not just in their winning, but how they're getting it done.
And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
And just a yard to go here on second down. Now a handoff running through the middle. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Baker, and he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line. 11 yards and a Panther first down.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line. Multiple defenders getting home there for a loss of 11.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. One back in the backfield. He'll get the carry. Down to the 25. We'll get a pause here. There appears to be a Panther who is shaken up on that last play. Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. The Patriots going with a dime package here. 2 extra defensive backs on 3rd. Looking to throw. Bonds. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Multiple defenders getting home there for a loss of 11.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
So on 4th down, Matt Rule brings out the field goal unit. From the right hash, this from 53. And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will extend their lead even further. So as it turns out, that sack doesn't wind up costing them, Charles. They at least get points, get 3 of them. Yeah, that's where your kicker can really come to your rescue because, you know, after the sack, there was a little consternation there. Are we out of field goal range? Are we going to be able to get 3? In this case, he stepped right up and gave them exactly what they needed. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Now the Patriots offense, they work their way back out onto the field. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. And a short gain here across the 10 to the 12. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Now a pass hauled in downfield. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
A play fake, and it's Darnold. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. And a return across midfield and to the 46-yard line.
And that's what we've seen from this defense all year long, because they've been so good at finding ways to take the football away. And they just gave us another example right here. A strong defense, that's something you're going to need to rely on come playoff time. And this crew has got one. There's no doubt about that, Brandon.
And the Panthers coming out now. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now, the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Back to throw. Bonds. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. Toward the back corner of the end zone. Matt Rule not a big fan of that last call, and he's going to go ahead and challenge it. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How is the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So Matt Rule able to challenge that one successfully. Point after, right down the middle. And the route is on here in this first half. So as it turns out, a 2-play drive resulting in the field goal. The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. New England's offense set to go. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here, because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer, because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. We remind you that coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will be alongside. He'll have highlights and analysis from Orlando of this first half of action. Darnold completes it. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it'll be 2nd down. Here's Darnold. And that'll be complete to the running back, Gibson. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. Darnold. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Throwing again is Darnold. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Back to throw, Darnold. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Another try after the first down sack. Darnold. Throw right side, taken in by Gibson. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. 3rd and long, it's Darnold. Back to Gibson and another catch for him. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. This will be spotted just shy of midfield, a 59-yard attempt. Online, but off the crossbar, no good. A long-range effort denying 3 points at the very end. All things considered, a pretty good kick, just cruel punishment there to be denied by the crossbar.
If you're going to hit from that distance, sometimes you're going to need a little luck, and unfortunately for him, this time the break goes against him.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. So it's halftime here in Charlotte with the Panthers out on top. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll get things started up at Ford Field in Detroit, where it was the visiting Steelers who were able to walk away with the road victory. Dak Prescott strong in the victory as it pushes his guys back above the 500 mark on the year. From there, we're off to check out another game. And it was the visiting Dolphins who were able to get the victory. Drew Lock strong in the victory as it pushes his guys back above the 500 mark on the year. Finally, let's get down to Houston. Check on the Texans at home at NRG Stadium. And they were losers in that one as they fall to the visiting Tennessee Titans. Brandon Cooks, well over 100 yards with 2 touchdown catches to boot. Time now for a look at the next-gen stats for New England in that first half. And not much went right in those first 2 quarters. You can see the numbers on the ground there. Not a whole lot to write home about so far. Meanwhile, for the Panthers, you get a look at what they were able to do throwing the football. And whatever they've done, it's worked, as they have the lead through 2 quarters of play.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Taken at the goal line. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. And as this offense makes their way back out, NFC playoff race time, we give you a look at what's going on there. Throwing to start the drive. Bonds. That's complete to his receiver, Bateman. So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and that will bring up 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, You're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
To throw on second down. Bonds. And that one incomplete, but now a penalty flag coming in late. That might be PI. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Bonds. And he fires one that's intercepted. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Patriot defense has a touchdown. A big play there by the rookie, an interception followed by the return for 6 points.
If you want to be accepted by your teammates and coaching staff, make plays like that.
The Patriots will line up for a 2-point conversion.
After the interception, here's Darnold. And he's got it for the 2-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And able to get this out to the 25. Here come the Panthers now, set to take over on offense. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down.
Brandon, I think you and I were both raised the same way in the game of football. You run to set up the pass, but I think we've discovered in this NFL, a lot of teams pass to set up the run. And that's what they've done throughout this game. They've aired it out, thrown it around the yard. Now they've come back to the running game, and they find a way to be successful with it.
They'll run on 1st down. Baker. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I'm getting a sense that the momentum of this game is changing since the break. Nice play there, and this D is fired up.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Back to throw. Bonds. That's going to be complete on the sideline, but, you know, that throw left him no room to run, and the good footwork nearly all for naught. On 3rd down, Bonds. Looking for Bateman. He's got him complete. And he is going to have the Panthers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Now a throw here to his running back. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. Again, he'll drop to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a 1st down.
Back to throw again. caught right side. Davis down inside the 10. And they move this all the way down to the 9. Give him 30 yards there. He had one touchdown earlier, nearly a second one there.
Yeah, took a touchdown-saving tackle to keep him out of the end zone after a big play. Perhaps you go right back to him. Don't need the distance, but maybe he can pay things off after a big effort.
The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Flushed out right. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down. On 2nd down, they'll run it here. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. A great play there. His 2nd rushing touchdown on the year, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. So another touchdown there, and even though we're still just here in the 3rd quarter, kind of hard now to see them giving up this lead.
And this is just an offense that's imposing its will right now. You name it, they're able to do it. If you're the play caller, whatever you want to select is there. You want to run it, you want to throw it, pick a play, any play. They're rocking and rolling right now.
So that challenge, a successful one. A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. Looking to throw. Bonds escaping and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. A nightmare on 3rd and goal. He's sacked and multiple players broke through the line to get him.
3rd and goal, they decided to throw for it, but how about the play defensively? Couldn't find anyone open. Left him nowhere to go with the football. Had to absorb the sack.
So on 4th down, Matt Rule brings out the field goal unit. That's just 32 yards officially from the right hash. And his kick is indeed good, and that will extend their lead even further. And right now, Charles, this is about building that lead little by little, and they're able to do just that.
And it gets them past the key number of 16, so this is now a 3-score lead. Not time to exhale just yet, but that might prove to be an important 3 points before things are said and done.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. New England trying to get a place on offense. And the way their last drive ended, boy, it was frustrating. They had a pretty good drive going. It was sustained, and then it stalled out, Charles, and they missed the field goal and got nothing out of it.
Is that insult to injury? Because they had such a sustained drive, as you noted. So you know for the head coach, it almost felt like a little bit of failure to send down the field goal unit and then not even see the ball go through the post. What a bummer on that last drive for them. Kind of picked themselves up from that one. Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 15. Throwing here on 3rd down, Darnold. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. That'll be a 43-yard punt, just a single yard on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Panthers offense here, they get ready to head back on the field. And last time they were able to churn some clock. They got the field goal, added onto their lead, but that was a drive that was so long, it should have ended in a touchdown. You know that's how they felt.
And we'll both be headed to the airport after the game, but we probably should go to the post-game press conference because someone's going to ask the head coach about this drive, and he's going to profess that he was happy to get points, and we know that's not true.
Yeah.
Okay, after this type of a drive, not getting a touchdown, a huge disappointment.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Flush, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
Well, collectively as a defense, Charles, I think if you get 4 sacks a game, you're feeling really good. Now they have 6 as a unit.
And that type of a number, it's just staggering because there's so many ways to try and counteract it. But in this case, they've got no answers for this unrelenting pressure coming at their quarterback.
Here's the Panthers punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. That'll be a 41-yard punt, just 1 yard on the return. And the Patriots take over.
New England's offense set to go. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again. Gibson gets hit, and he fumbles it.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there.
At first glance, I thought he just used his size in order to win the route. But he also had a little subtle move in there as well. Made the defender think he was going one direction and was able to track the ball in another.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Here's Darnold. And his throw's going to be incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
Shotgun handoff to Gibson.
And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. A shotgun snap for Darnold. Got it open. And he loses the football a second time. One quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we're back now in Charlotte. It's Patriot football, but they trail here as we begin the 4th quarter. Now a man open down the middle of the field. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. Well, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the 4th. But a nice first down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution. Even though the scoreboard is going against you, you want to find out who's going to fight, who's going to scrap, who's going to keep their heads up and continue to play.
On 1st down, it's Darnold. And he's got his big wide receiver complete.
And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
Darnold to throw again.
He'll dump that off to Gibson, complete. And they're going to get this down inside the 20. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete.
Pierce takes it straight ahead.
And here he'll get it down to the 7. 4 yards on the play. That's going to lead to 1st and goal.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Darnold. And it's caught. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds, right at the 3.
Here's Pierce. Going to be hit and met at the line of scrimmage. They get him down at the 3. This likely a must-have. 3rd and goal. Again, it's Pierce.
And he's over the line and into the end zone for a Patriots score.
Damian Pierce.
A 3-yard touchdown run.
And the Patriots have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And they're able to cut this deficit down to 12. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson.
Taken in at the 3. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Carolina offense about ready to go. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Patriots. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return and a Patriot touchdown. This defense, Charles, they needed some type of a spark to help get them back in this game. I think they just got their spark.
No doubt about it. You know, that's all they discussed. How can we get ourselves moving again? How can we get our team going? This definitely qualifies.
Carlson down to add the extra point. And this is back to a 5-point game. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there. Grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return.
Taking it about the 1. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. The Panthers about ready to take over.
Things sure were looking good for him at the half. Heck, off the air, you and I were just saying they might run away with this thing and cruise to a victory. Not anymore.
Yeah, the cruise control has to be off at this point. Now you've got to mash the gas yourself. Again, who's going to step up and make a big play for you? Who's going to take care of business now that you're being pressed? It is definitely go time for them at this moment.
All of a sudden clinging to a slim lead and hoping to hold on to that lead.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on 1st and 2nd downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's a give up the middle. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. To throw on 3rd down. Bonds. Looking downfield, and that's caught right side. He's got his man. That one goes for 29 yards on 3rd down.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 down at the 31. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete. On 2nd down, they'll run it here. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. Operating from the gun, Bonds. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
From the sideline and incomplete. Sets up 4th down.
And this is right down the middle as he puts it through, and that'll push the lead up to 8. And from a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a one-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Patriot offense back out, getting set to go. And remember, despite giving up the field goal, this is still a one-score game. They're in need of the touchdown and a 2-point conversion. A field goal on this drive likely doesn't do them much good. Darnold on first down. Slings it to Anders, and it's complete. The tight end has it. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. On second down, a run with Gibson. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32. The offense on third down tonight, they've converted 5 times in their many chances thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Got a man, it's Gibson, complete. No gain at all on the play there. That'll bring up 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on third down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
So a change of possession here on the punt.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
On 1st and 10, Bonds. And a throw right sideline is complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a 1st down.
And these guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the 4th quarter.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Back to throw. Bonds. And that's incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise. Because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. This is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. The Patriots will take their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it, get the 1st down, close it out.
They'll try and run for it. Oh, and I think he went backward. He did. So Sam Darnold in the offense. Down by 8. A little over a minute to go. Their losing streak In danger of continuing as they come up on first down. Here's Darnold. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Connecting with Andrews. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that brings up third and a full 10 yards. And this is caught. He hits Landry. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. So this one is over. A victory for Carolina. And a little bit of a surprise, they lose the turnover battle, but wind up winning the ballgame.
And this is very unusual because you know all teams stress winning the turnover battle as a key indicator to winning ball games. So when you get something that goes against the grain like the one we saw here, it's quite the oddity. Now let's face it, they'll be very happy that they pulled this off, but they do know that in the future they've got to work on taking care of the football because this won't happen very often.
So for Carolina, it's another win for them, and you wonder if they want a redo on that one loss as they sit now at 14-1. And they'll get to stay put for a few days as they'll host the Buffalo Bills next week. Meanwhile, for the Patriots, they're guaranteed now a sub-500 season as they fall to 6-9. And they'll look to get back on the beam next week as they host the Pittsburgh Steelers.